Hello everybody, how y'all doing today? This is Ladybug and I'm getting ready to work on the lavender field. Okay, now I've changed the angle of my camera, and so we're gonna try and see if how it works out. Okay, I'm looking for a letter that I want to work on. Let's see, we have some E's, I think. Let me flip this up a little bit. Yeah, I got some E's. So E is number 16. So I am using my vacuum pen or whatever it's called, and hopefully it works out. So here we go. Yeah, I used it yesterday, and then when I was done with it, I took and put it on the charger, so it has a full charge. Yeah. I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing. Let's see. Let's move you over just a little bit. Okay. And hopefully get off of there. I usually don't use these little white trays. I end up usually using it right out of the bottom. It's a little easier, I think. And so I had to change um, the angle of my camera because the the bracket that holds it to the table is not doing a very good job, so I had to change out the bracket. And so I figured if I'm going to do that, then I'm going to change the angle and see if I can get a better angle, you know. And so we'll see how it works out. That's the only thing I can say. Okay, here we go. And right now it is 37 degrees. It's sunny. And it is 1:58 in the afternoon. So let me shove this door shut again. In the wintertime, all right, we have a little bit of a draft. And because of that, it comes down the hallway and straight into my bedroom. And so it gets a little bit chilly. Just a tad. All right. I got my new sweatshirt came in and I'm wearing it right now. And it's very comfortable. It's nice and warm. And I'll have to change the angle of the camera and I'll show it to you here in just a second. Let's see. And I bought two of them, but unfortunately one of them was maybe cut wrong, and it didn't fit right. It just wasn't comfortable. And so I'm going to show you what the kind of the front of it, okay? So here we go. I don't know if I can do that or not. I myself, there it is. That's the front of it. I know it's kind of up close, but that is the front of my t-shirt, my sweatshirt. It's got a lion on it. Isn't that beautiful? And then it has, looks like stars and stuff on it. But anyway, that is what it looks like. So we're going to get back to where we were and continue. There. So I hope you got a good look at it. But it is very comfortable. And I like it. So, let go. But yeah, I got it through Temu. And it's fleece lined. Okay. So it's pretty comfortable. Yep. Get off of there. It's got a pretty good bit of suction going on here because it's got a full charge. So it's picking up more than, let's back it up a little bit and see if that helps. And I just turned it down to, I had it on 3. I've got it now down to 2. So, and I'm hoping the angle is good enough that y'all can see what I'm doing. These are all B's right here. There's an E right there. And all right, where'd you go? I know I saw one. Not there. And so I changed the angle a little bit, so I hope it's okay. We'll experiment with it a little more until we get it the right angle. Yeah. Got a lot of E's are kind of scattered all over the place. So, yeah, I did a good one yesterday. I was working on Mary, Our Lady of Heaven, and I had this one particular color, the number 7 that I was working on, and for some reason, I ended up taking and putting the number 9 where the 7 is supposed to go. And when I got to looking at it, I went, oops. And so I ended up spending an hour or close to it with my pen moving drills around. Because the number 9 is supposed to be on the letter A. And number 7 was supposed to be on the letter number 7. And for some reason, I did it opposite. So I ended up spending a little time moving the drills around and moving them from off of the 7 onto the A's, which luckily they were close. We were in the same area, so that worked out all right. That's a new one. I haven't done that in a while. So what it was, I was probably flapping my lips and not paying attention to what I was doing. Yeah. But that's all right. We got it figured out. Let's see, I watched I watched Miss Belle this morning, Southern Belle. She was out window shopping, I guess you could say, at Cracker Barrel. And she was showing some stuff that Cracker Barrel had for sale. And so I watched that. And then what else did I watch? I watched Diamond Painting Anonymous. I watched her. Let's see, who else? You know, so I've been kind of, well, I was cross stitching for a while and was watching these various different channels and looking to see if there's any more E's. Let's see. Oh, there's B's. Excuse me. Oh, there's an E. There. Excuse me. I got a tickle in my throat all of a sudden. Let's see. Any more? I don't see any more. A lot of letter T's. A lot of B's. Geez, would you stop? What it is I've got a little bit of a head cold, and I've got some drainage going on, and it's irritating my throat. So, okay, we're done with that one. So, put that one away. Let's see. How about V as in Victor? Let's see. V is number 5. Whoop. Oh, goodness. Hang on just a second. I got to grab something to drink real quick. I usually keep a bottle of water here in the bedroom so that way when I do start getting the coughs, I have something to sip on so it'll stop. Hold on. Oh gosh, these bottles are hard to open nowadays. Okay. That should help. Alrighty. But as you can see, this is the unit that I'm using. Okay, it's got this type of pen, but it does have the tube that's attached to it. But I like it. It works. And I don't have to fight with the wax. So there. I took the other one that I was using the other day, and my daughter has really bad problems with her hands, and so I went ahead and charged that other one up, and I gave it to her so she could do the diamond painting. Okay, because one of the reasons, and it's bulkier, and so it'd be easier for her to work with her hands the way they are. Let's see. There we go. These are kind of scattered out too, so you have to just sort of, because they got V's and Z's all right practically next to each other. So, and if you don't pay attention, they almost look alike. You know, oh, come on, pick up. And, oh, it's because it was upside down, that's why. Anyhow, so I charged it up and gave it to her. And so that'll help her um, to be able to do diamond painting herself, and it'd be a little bit easier on her hands. Yeah, my hands are, as you can see, are messed up today, so I'm having to wear my braces on both hands today. And the problem is that I had the problem with the joints of the thumb, and then on top of that, here lately, I have developed. I'm looking for some more V's, is what I'm looking for. I have developed pains in the actual palm of my hands, right in the middle here, right in there. And the brace does help. It doesn't get rid of all the pain, but it does help. And sometimes they get to hurting so much that it keeps me from being able to sleep at night. You know, because they just ache and throb, you know. And so I end up having to get up, get my braces on, and then take a couple of Tylenol, that kind of thing. And today is one of those days where it's just being irritating, to say the least. So that's why I had, whoop, there we go. There's a couple right there. That's why I have the braces on today. But that's okay. Get over there. Anyhow, I think we're done with that one. That was number 5. Let's do the Z's. Where's Z? Number 22. It's this one over here. I do like this tray. It's this, where it's the storage box tray thing, whatever. Anyway, I do like this. And you don't have to have a tray, which is kind of nice. You know. And yeah, this was a good investment, I think. Yeah. And so, but as you can see, there's a lot of confetti in this particular painting. And so it is, working with it is, what do we call it, tedious, shall we say? Because you're constantly having to change colors. Which, not having a tray and doing this confetti and stuff really actually works out pretty well. You know. Yeah. Right now the girls are asleep, and I got Nova over here laying in a basket, and she's kind of behaving herself, you know. And get off of there. So she's took up residence in here in the bedroom, you might say. Whenever my grandson is looking for her, he has to come to the bedroom, you know, to my bedroom, because of because she's decided she's gonna stay in here. I said, okay, well, whatever. She's good. Yeah, she's good company. She keeps me company. And let's see what else is going on. Well, Melissa, my daughter, she took her dog to the vet this morning and dropped her off. She's actually in surgery right now. They're removing a I don't know if it's called a cyst or whatever it is. Anyway, it's this big old um cyst that grew up on her teat, and so we're having that removed today. And then I think she's planning on after the first of the year, and when the income tax comes rolling in again, I think she plans on taking uh, and having her spaded, because the vet has said that even though they're going to remove the the cyst off of her, okay, they're going to have to. It'll probably come back, and because of that, there it is. I can feel it, but I can't see it. There it is. They said because she is not spaded, that she has about a 60 or 70% chance of happening. The cyst growing up on her teat again. And the one way to prevent that is to have her spaded so that she's no longer going through a heat cycle. And so it stops. I don't know. It's something about it. It prevents the swelling of the teats when they go through the heat, and which she does have a problem with. And so they're gonna take and remove that, and then I think my daughter is planning on taking and having her spaded after the first of the year, after she recovers from this surgery. So hopefully that'll help her. Because we don't want anything to happen to Boo Boo. She's our baby. She's a little pit bull, and spoilt rotten, sweet as can be. We call her a babysitter dog because she loves everybody. And let's see, let's do F. What is F? Let's see, F is number 3. That's way over here on this side. And so anyway, so that's what's going on with her. And then get over there. And then what else is happening? And my grandson, he's gonna have to. My daughter's already dropped her off, but my grandson's gonna have to pick her up because my daughter will be at work. And so but that's about all that's really happening right now. And my daughter swung by Walmart on her way home and picked up a bag of cat food for me. And as I fed the cats last night, and gave them the last of the dried cat food. So I asked her to swing by there and pick up a bag of cat food for me, because it not been, I didn't know if it was going to last until we got paid again. I got paid again, or what. So, but it didn't, of course. Anyhow, and so got that done. But that's about it, really. There's nothing really else going on. It's been real quiet. Yeah. I've got those scroll bars that are supposed to be coming in. Oop, I don't want that doesn't go there. Tomorrow is supposed to come in. And I will set it up and show you what it looks like when I got it all together and on the table and that kind of stuff. You know. And then and then I've got about $60 worth of stuff on, in my cart at Amazon. And it's got a like a dog food container. It holds up to like 25, 30 pounds. It's holds a lot. Anyway, I'm going to order that. That way it keeps the other critters out of the cat food. Because we have one that's laying in here that keeps getting into the cat food, eating right out of the bag, And so we're going to put it in a container, and it's going to bring that problem to an end. Hush. And my daughter must be heading out. Let's see. Yep, 2:22. Yep, she's heading out. She's heading for work. And anyhow, so got a lot of F's here. Look at this one. I keep picking up more than one. Anyhow, so that's that's what's going on. And then I got a couple other stuff I found on Amazon that I want to get. Found this really pretty diamond painting that I want. And so I'm going to order that. And so that's what's going on my neck of the woods. Like I said, not a lot going on. A little bit, not much. Yeah. I live a very, very quiet, boring life. So I don't have a whole lot to talk about. I'm not out running and going here and going there and whatnot like a lot of folks do. Me, I can't do that. I don't have a car, and so I don't drive anymore. I haven't got behind the wheel. I mean, I've got a driver's license. I still have that. But I haven't been behind the wheel of a car in 5, 6, 7 years, something like that. I don't know. It's been a while. So I'd have to learn how to drive all over again. So, because when I retired, I was 63 when I retired, okay? And the same year that I retired, the transmission in my van gave up the ghost, shall we say. And because I had already retired, there was no point in me having, going through the expense of having it fixed, because it really wasn't worth much. I mean, it was just an old beat up van that it was on its last legs anyway. And so I didn't really need a car. And then it wasn't long after that cataracts got real bad. And so I couldn't see anyway. So me and my daughter talked about it. We said, you know what? There's really no point in you having a car, you know? And so I just sold the vehicle for junk because that's all it was worth. I mean, the engine wasn't that great. It was running on a lick of a promise, you know? And then finally the transmission finally went out on it. So I said, you know what? Yeah, the heck with it. I don't need a car that much. And so I don't have a car anymore. And so if I need to go anyplace, I just ask my daughter, said, are you going into town? And she'll go, well, yeah. And I said, okay. I said, I need to go to such and such, you know, and she takes me to the doctor when I need to go and that kind of stuff. So technically, I don't really need a car, you know, which is fine. So, like I said, if I ever had to get behind the wheel of a car again, um, I would probably have to learn how to drive all over again. So, because I retired, I was 63 and I'm 69 now. So, that's what, 6 years, something like that. Yeah, it's been 6 years since I've been behind the wheel of a car. No, you're not getting over here and laying on my painting. I'm talking to that silly Lily. Hey, baby, what you doing? She goes, I want to come over here and sit and watch, Mama. But I won't let her because there's not enough room. And I've got my computer on the other desk, which is right next to me, which is where she usually sits. So, needless to say, she's not a happy little camper right now. But that's all right. She'll survive. Yep, I got all the F's. Whoop, get over there. Got those. What else? What are we going to do next? Let's see. This is number 3. Let's put that over there. Okay. Ouch. Let's see. Let's do B. What is B? R. B is number 15. That is over here on this one. And so anyway, but I do like the trays, but I prefer them when I'm using them as from the bottom. I don't know why, I just do. And so what I do is once I get the ones out of the white tray, I take and I work from out of the bottom. Once I'm able to remove the other tray. Yeah. You able to see what I'm doing? More or less. Back this up. Yeah. How about like that? That'll work. I wonder why it is that, I don't know if y'all have noticed it, but I have, that they'll take a letter, like the letter B and the letter R, and put them right next to each other to where it's hard to tell the B's from the R's, you know? And I always wonder why they do that. They do the same thing with S's and 5s. Let's see, what else do they do? The A's and 4s. They do it with all the time with that, and I don't understand why they do that. You know, V's and W's is another one, or X's and W's. That's another one. I don't know why they do that. I don't know. I've never ever figured it out. And so I don't know if you can hear the little pump or not. I don't think you can, but because it's really not that loud. Get off there. Yeah, get off. Yeah, so we're making a little bit of progress here. A little bit. Let's put it that way. Yeah. But yeah, I use this one. This particular pen. I used the other one the other day, and it's very slow. Okay, and it slows you down considerably. And because of that, it takes a long time to do a diamond painting using that other pen that I had. Whereas with this one, come on, for some reason it seems to go a lot faster. Yeah. Here's one that makes no sense to me. Okay, this is B, which is 823, right? And then you drop down to, you got one W right there. Okay, it's the only one nope, there's two of them. There's one there and one here. And the W is a 939. And yet they're basically the same color. You know? So that's kind of strange. Yeah. Got a twofer for that one on that one. Yeah. And so anyway, but I'm not going to stay on here a long time because we did one the other day and it was well over an hour. So I try to keep my videos to no more than about 45 minutes to 1 hour at the maximum. And sometimes you get too busy doing stuff and having such a good old time that you look up at the time and you're going, oh my goodness, it's been an hour and a half, or whatever, you know. And so that's why I have to keep an eye on my time, so that way I don't go over too high. One is because you end up get bored, lose interest or whatever, and then on top of that, it's hard to anything over an hour. I have found that it's hard to upload. And so what I do is that's why I try to keep it to no more than an hour. Yeah. Yeah. So has anybody got plans for New Year's? Because I know I don't. I stay home on New Year's usually. Yeah, I explained that on the previous video as to why I don't go out on New Year's. I did it one time and I haven't, a couple of times and haven't done it since. And the reason I don't is because people get out there and they drink and they drive and they do stupid stuff. Let's put it that way. And I am done getting caught in that mess. Yeah, I checked into that Five Below. We're supposed to be getting a Five Below here. And, we had been told that it was going to be open in October. Well, needless to say, it didn't make October. It didn't make it to November. And so I checked again the other day to see if it was open yet. And it's still not open. So they must have run across some kind of a snag in their doing their, there we go, putting it all together, and maybe they weren't able to get equipment or whatever. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But and it's still not open. And I said, well, okay. Yeah. I watched Miss Bella. She had a friend mail come in, and a young lady. See if I remember her name right. Her name is Yvette, and she sent her a advent calendar diamond painting, to where you do diamond painting on each month, um, which I thought was really cool. And so every month she has a diamond painting for that particular month, which I thought was kind of neat. I thought that's an interesting way to do that. And so she was showing that, and I thought that was really cute. So, and then I was talking to folks. I was watching Miss Southern Belle. She was, like I said, it was at the Cracker Barrel, and I was talking to a few people on the chat on that. And then, and so that was the extent of my stuff this morning. Alrighty, there you are. I'm almost done here. Yep, got an extra one there. Don't want that. Okay, let's see. Any more bees? Oh, yep, see one. Right there. Okay, I think that's it. At least for now. Nope, found another one. No, Lily, you're not getting up on the table. No. Go on now. Now I've lost the bee. Where'd it go? She's leaning against my side on my chair, and I'm sitting in the chair, and she is sharpening her claws on my side. Ah, there it is. I knew it was there. Okay. I think that's it. And put that one away. There. What's next? How about P for Peter? Or Paul? How about that one? P. That's number 13. 13. Okay, that's a real pretty blue. And so anyway, I watched her show that. It was like a short video. It wasn't very long. But anyhow, get off of there. And but we got quite a bit done here. If I can get this one to go over there. Yeah, we got a lot done. I know it's scattered, but it got a lot done. Here, got a lot done. But I do like this pen. Yeah. I think this one, I'm not positive, okay? But I think this one is like a Kato, maybe. I think. And I paid around $20 for it. And it was worth it. Yeah. Yeah, Joan says she's got one of these and she says she'll never go back to the others. She loves her vacuum pen. So I don't blame her. It is easy. You don't have to fight with all these different trays and the wax or the the putty or anything like that. You don't have to fight with all of that. That's the advantage of having this particular type of pen. Now you do have to, it does take a little bit to get used to. When you're not used to it, it takes a little bit to kind of get into the rhythm and get used to it. But once you got it, it's good. Especially if you're a single placer. Now, unfortunately, this particular pen is only for single placing. It doesn't give you any extra like multi-placer type. Get off the computer. Jeez. She's going about, Mom. Stay off the computer. You're going to mess it up. Anyway, what was I saying? Lost my train of thought. I sit there and argue with the cat. But it does take a little getting used to, but once you get used to it, it's great. You know, it's just getting kind of used to the way to handle it, you know. And but I'm pretty much a single placer anyway. So not having extra tips doesn't bother me. You know, I know that they give you this the tip that comes on the pen, and then they give you a replace another one. And the same thing. It's just an extra one, which is good. You know. Now, what I would love to see them do is to take and get a tip that has, you know, where it's kind of like it's curved. Oh, I got you all over the place, didn't I? Because I was fighting with a cat. Sorry about that. Anyway, here's the pen. Now, if it had it where it was curved, okay, that'd be perfect. Same type of tip, just metal tip, just where it's curved. I do like the curved. Alrighty, let's see. Yep, there we go. I'm looking for more peas. Mm-hmm. Looking at the peas, not the carrots, kind of thing. But anyway, we did pretty good. We're doing good. Yeah, looks good. I think we got all of those. So, what's next? How about A? 13 goes over here, like so. And then a letter A is number 14. Oh, right next to it. That'll work. And so, but as you can see, it's really easy to work with this. And it's with the pen and then these trays makes it easy to switch on your confetti. Okay, which is fine by me. You know. Mhm. All right, we're almost done, and we've got 51 minutes in, so we're getting there. Mm. So I'm going to be getting kind of silent here because I'm still kind of concentrating on what I'm doing here. Yeah. And, but yeah, I'm still trying to catch up on watching my all the videos, because it's hard to keep up with them. Let me tell you. Let's see. I don't think I have any more A's. That was quick, wasn't it? Alrighty, I think that's it. We're done with the A's. Put that back over there. So let's see what we got. 52, almost 53 minutes in. So you know what? We're going to bring this to a close. I hope everybody is having a great day. I hope you've made some progress on your own project. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for coming by and spending a little time with me. And as you can see, we did like quite a bit. So here, got this whole sector right here done. That's good. Yeah, that looks good. This is going to be a beautiful painting once it's done. It's just all of the confetti and the changing of the colors and all that. That's going to be hard, but it's going to be pretty when it's done. So anyhow, y'all have a good day. And oh, one other thing I'll show you. Hang on. I was stitching on. Hold on, let me push this up a little bit. I was stitching on the Happy Town. Okay. Let's see. I got a shadow that doesn't want to. There we go. That's what I was working on earlier today. There we go. Now you can see it a little bit better. And as you can see, I'm right in here, right up in here. And there's my thread. And we're getting there. What I'm working on is the branches in the trees and the outlining. That's what I'm working on. And that's in 310 black. So, and I've done quite a bit. I've come from all the way over here and all the way up and around. So that's what I did this morning. So there we go. That's what I've been doing. Okay. Alrighty. And what else is going to show you? Let's see. Oh, this is, I don't know if I've shown it to you or not. But anyway, this is the container that I use for this. Okay. And this fits right in here like so. And then you take your little pin, okay, and you stick it down in there like so. And then you just take and roll your tube up like so, and then just stick it in there and then zip it up. Okay, well, get in there. And this one has a strap that goes in it. Okay, and then you close it up and you just zip this puppy up, and there you go. And that's what it looks like. And I turned it on by mistake. And I got this from Amazon, and I think it's put out by Cato. Okay. But, oh, and they give you, get a hold of it here. Come on out there. They give you an extra one of these. Okay, the extra tip. Okay, it's only just the one, but that's all you need. So that is my it's able to be stored and everything, and it keeps all of the critters out of it, if you know what I mean. Because if I don't do it that way and keep it zipped up, the Miss Lily gets up on it and lays on it. She thinks she has to lay on something for some reason, and so she takes and gets up on there and lays on it. I'm gonna cover this back up like so. I think. Here, let me have this one. Maybe that one. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And that like so. That way it covers everything. Okay. And then like so. And that way everything is nicely covered. Because I've been taking the cover sheets off and using these instead of the plastic. And it seems to do a little bit better of a job. So, but that's what I've been doing, and so hopefully y'all have a good day and stay out of this cold weather, because I know it's chilly. Because like I said, it's 37 degrees right now here in Chickamauga. So y'all take care. God bless you. God keep you. Love one another as Jesus has loved you. Give your loved ones a great big tight hug and tell them how much you love them. And we will see you on the next one. Okay? God bless you. Bye-bye.